So people are still hyping up the Mustang GTD, saying that it's, the best thing since sliced bread and it's Ford's best Mustang they ever made. But Ford made their fastest Mustang about 5-6 years ago. Do you guys remember this? You know what this is? This is during the pandemic. It was a 2020 GT500 carbon fiber track pack. Now you can find these for about $100,000 today. And here are some numbers to why I think that this is their quickest Mustang to date. And let's just compare it to the Mustang GTD. First off, the GTD weighs about 4,343 pounds. That's 118 pounds more than the standard GT500 from 2020. And it's 263 pounds more than the track pack GT500. It does have 815 horsepower, 664 pound-feet of torque, and an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. Now check this out. The standard 2020 GT500 weighs 4,225 pounds. The track pack is 145 pounds lighter than that, so we're looking at about 4,080 pounds. It makes 760 horsepower, 625 pound-feet of torque, and has a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. If that's not enough for you, let me say it like this. This car has been out for almost 6 years. And Ford has not made an official Nürburgring lap time on this car. Why do you think that is? To this very day, not the GT500 base or the carbon fiber track pack, neither one of these have an official Nürburgring lap time. Do you think the GTD was planned and made after the pandemic? Do you think they've been planning this for about a decade or so? Do you not think they have the numbers? They just didn't go public with them because they know it would hurt their best interest being the GTD. I also think Ford is smart in trying to capture the Porsche demographic, but we're going to talk about that a little later. So it's already there. And here's the crazy thing about the GTD is that the aero on that car is being updated right now because it didn't even touch the GT3 like they wanted it to. It did not get anywhere near the RS. It's still trying to compete with the GT3 Porsche. Not the RS and definitely not the R. So I don't see how you can't just take, let's say even a GT350R. You can do cams, heads, whatever you want to do, all motor build basically. So suspension work. You can hit lap times just as quick, if not quicker, than the GTD, I could imagine. And for anybody who's still not sold on this, I'm just going to keep going. What was just announced 3 days ago? The Dark Horse SC, right? That runs a 5.2 liter supercharged V8 too. Are we sure that wasn't just a rebrand or a reframe of a GT500? So for anybody who, again, was upset that they can't afford a GTD or they missed the acquisition process of getting a GTD, don't worry about it. Honestly, just get a 2020 GT500 carbon fiber track pack. And going back to the Dark Horse SC, this is kind of funny to me. I'm going to give you guys some numbers on this as well. So I won't say numbers specifically, but video came out at least 3-4 days ago. I won't say the YouTube channel, but I will link it below. And the presenter said to the host that they weren't going to talk about specs in the video. They're not going to talk about horsepower, weight, or top speed, which I found very interesting. But here's the information I do have for you, so check this out. The Dark Horse SC is 1 inch wider than what I'm assuming they're comparing it to as a standard Dark Horse. And if not, it'd be the S650 GT, right? It has the hood vent and rain tray area that's a 5 times larger area than the standard Dark Horse. And they said it contributes twice the downforce, which we will never know exactly what that means. It says 2 times more downforce contribution. We won't know specifically what that means, but apparently it has more downforce. And this is the part that's really interesting. The ducktail deck lid with the wing combination increases downforce by 10%, which they say is 620 pounds of downforce at 180 miles an hour. For anybody that knows about road courses and tracks in America, how many tracks do you think you could hit 180 on the straight to benefit from this downforce long enough to even get to it? Just off the top of my head, I'm thinking Road Atlanta, probably not. Coda, Circuit of the Americas, maybe, depending on how well the car's geared. We won't know until it comes out. Road America, probably another one. Laguna Seca, no. And probably not Sonoma Raceway either. Those are just a couple of tracks I can think of off the top of my head in America alone. But let's say it can do that. Let's say you can hit 180 miles an hour in a short straight, which would be more or less about a quarter mile. Even from a roll from 60 coming out of a turn, I still don't think you're going to hit 180 miles an hour. But I could be wrong on that. But let's say that you do. That's a very quick car. Let's just say it's in a quarter mile. 180 miles an hour in a quarter mile, is that not a early 9, late 8-second car? You know how much brakes, aero, and tires and cooling you need to maintain that kind of capability? And let's say it can do that, theoretically speaking. That just further proves it's a lot quicker by a landslide than the GTD. And if I didn't mention it earlier, I'll mention it now. The GTD, remember, is being updated already from its aero because it couldn't even compete with the GT3 Porsche that it wanted to compete with. Actually, they wanted to compete with the RS, and it's nowhere near that. So I think for any owner of the GTD, you're going to have at least 2 or 3 revisions of this car before Ford can even get it to scratch the surface of where they want it to be. And that's with a certain tire, that's with certain conditions, and that's with a certain skill set of a certain driver. Otherwise, you can go back to, again, a 2020 GT500, even a GT350R, for example, and you can do an all-motor build on that with some suspension work and still turn laps just as quick as a GTD, if not even quicker. And oh, by the way, if that Dark Horse SC is that capable, is its foundation not based off of a 5.2 liter from 6 years ago, which would be the GT500? So this is very, very interesting. This is going to get interesting. And again, I think that the next step for Mustang and just Ford in general is to take their Dark Horse R, like they have in the race series, and make a street version of that. If they really do want to go after or cater to the Porsche demographic. I think that'd be the next best thing, to have a Dark Horse R or Dark Horse S or RS, or at least 3 different trims, 3 different packages of a Dark Horse like that would be very cool. Or even a track pack that would just call the Dark Horse R, right? Something along those lines. Kind of like, oh, I don't know, the carbon fiber track pack from 2020 with a GT500. Why not? So that's all I got for this one. Let me know what you guys think. And time will tell, honestly. So we're going to stay updated on this. Like, subscribe, and share. If you don't know, now you know, but do what you want to do.